good morning. It's a totally different day than the last video. I wear this shirt 7 days a week. So I mentioned in the last video that I was trying out the structure drawing class from SketchDaily, and I'll link that below so you can also do structure drawing class on SketchDaily if you want to try it out. It's kind of crazy and weird. So for my next trick, I'm always playing with this lens cap, okay. Put everything down, hands are free. For my next task, I am going to try doing 7 days in a row of structure drawing class. I don't know if I'm gonna learn anything from this at all. It's all very confusing, but I'm not a natural background artist. I've always kind of strayed from doing backgrounds, which is kind of what a lot of character designers tend to do, and I'm trying to break out of that. I want to draw everything. Okay, so trying to draw buildings in 30 seconds. I think let me explain how the class works first. It's like 10 drawings of 30 seconds, and they put up a photo of some crazy building that you have to draw in 30 seconds, which is really difficult. And then the time slowly increases. You get 1 minute versions, which aren't much better than the 30-second ones, and then 5 minutes, which are still not that better than 30 seconds, and then you get a 10-minute one, which you finally get some time to explore and try to draw a little more detail. But I think the purpose of doing this will not be trying to get all your perfect detail. I think it's really, I think it'll train me. What I'm predicting is that it will train me to quickly interpret perspective on paper, because I think that's really hard if you sit down somewhere to draw and you're trying to draw a building or whatever's in front of you, and you sit there forever trying to work out how the perspective and structure works for what's in front of your face. And I think having these quick photos for 30 seconds where you have to quickly throw down your lines, I am predicting will help me just think quicker on my feet and not worry so much about how perfect is this perspective, and move me into more of a, does this look good? Because sometimes when you draw a background and your perspective is too perfect, like if you do crazy straight lines, it looks kind of dull and lifeless, and you kind of have to find this balance between having a nice, realistic perspective, a technically sound background, and just having something that looks good. Let's hope I learned something from this week. If not, I'll let you know. But it's gonna be weird and hard because I am so bad at it. And it's Bigby. Why is your head wet? Okay, I'm going to get back to it, and I'll check back in with you probably at the end of the week. All right. Do you want to tell me why your head is wet? What'd you get on your head that it's wet? been a while, so I'm going to try my best to remember what I experienced through doing the whole 7 days of structure drawing class. But I have a pretty good memory, so I'll figure it out. I think overall I didn't get what I was hoping to get out of it. I just wanted something that would help me practice perspective drawing more regularly and more quickly. I just wanted a better access to a perspective practice. For that particular goal, I think this structure drawing class through SketchDaily is not the way to go. It was kind of neat to try to have to think quickly and draw a building in 30 seconds. A lot of it is impossible because the structures they give you are really ornate and huge. Just crazy castles and churches in Europe that you can't possibly draw that quickly. But it is kind of nice to have to think fast and draw a gesture or an idea of a building. One of the problems is a lot of them seem like they're just tourist photos, which they probably are. So tourists go to these places and take a photo of a building. Most of them are just straight ahead, so there's no perspective at all. So you don't get any practice of drawing a corner or a side of a building. It's just straight. And then a lot of them are just street level photographers that are kind of pointing up at these grandiose European gorgeous buildings. So everything is kind of warped and skewed that way perspective-wise. Of course, it's not enough to show on paper. It just looks like a mistake if you were to draw it that way and comes out flat and boring and all that. So not the best for those purposes. I think if you're like, what's a good idea for a church in Russia? Then you'll find some good ideas there. But I don't know if I learned that much. I think I improved a little bit, but I think moving forward, I'm just going to have to find my own reference photos and learn perspective that way. Ideally, you would want to go to different locations and sit there and draw what you see in person. But since it's been pandemic-y, we don't really go out, and I don't really feel comfortable sitting in places for long periods of time. Anyways, I did my 7 days of structure drawing. I don't know that it was that useful. I learned that I don't want to use it anymore. Yeah, that's all. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.